Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're starting a new series here, and I'm going to jump in. And before I actually say the title of the series for this upcoming week, I want to make sure that you don't have kids around that uh, will ask you what this terminology means. Just giving you fair warning. This is a little bit clickbaitish, but there is a rationale and reason. I'm going to explain it at this first video so that I'm not consistently bringing this up. Again, you can reference back to the first video here that we're playing for the future videos that we play in terms of this top 10 series. But again, fair warning, if you want to put the pause button, get the kids out of the out of the room, put the earmuffs on them, do that. But there is a reason I'm using this, and I'll explain. This week's series is top 10 reasons I'm a high-class LinkedIn hoe. Now, I said it. And there's a reason, right? We all know the difference between, somebody who's a hoe and somebody who's not a hoe. And this is kind of a good thing because it's not, the typical fashion in terms of what I'm talking about here. But this is really focused on LinkedIn and the benefits because of where we currently are with employment and everything. And what you might be thinking through if this is your first time joining LinkedIn and trying to leverage it, right? LinkedIn is probably the top business tool for employment, and if you're a job seeker in terms of getting a job. And the reason I'm phrasing it this way, you need to go into it with a different mindset, right? I know LinkedIn says be careful about who you accept requests from to link with, right? But I'm going to tell you that there's a rationale in terms of why I'm a high class LinkedIn hoe, and I basically accept invitations to everybody. Does not mean that I engage with everybody. And there's a reason behind that, right? So the reason why I accept everybody is that the more searchable you are, the better chance you have of getting a job. And so I probably have between, direct connections, 10,000 plus LinkedIn connections there. I manage several groups that are, several thousand people in size as well. And all of those things help you, make the connections, get noticed and get searched and potentially get a job. I have my current position and job that I have because of LinkedIn. And that is why I'm going to explain the various benefits and why I'm a high class LinkedIn hoe. And what I mean by that also is that I may connect with you. I'm not going to give you a job reference. I'm not going to give you a recommendation. I can't vouch for you, and I'm not going to connect you with somebody if we don't have any relationship, right? I'm not necessarily looking to, develop a relationship with you either, right? I'm not going to also do your job for you. Don't come to me and say, hey, I'm trying to get a job in here, with this company. Do you know of anybody? I work for a huge company. Chances are I don't know them. And secondly, I wouldn't recommend you anyway because I don't know you. So, but again, there's still benefits by being searchable, by having multiple connections. So, but I'm going to jump in. We're going to cover the basically top 10 reasons why I'm labeling myself this. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't get your panties in a bunch in terms of being offended by what I'm saying here. There's rationale behind it, and hopefully I'll explain why. Number 10, it's a great tool for research, right? A lot of people are out there trying to figure out, what's going on either for their job or an industry they're trying to, get their foot in the door with, or maybe you have a small business and you want to do some research in terms of, competition, and there's groups that are out there, right? There's fan base groups that are out there. And so you can go ahead and join LinkedIn, and you can join a lot of those groups typically, or you can just join basically search a company that's a competitor of yours and see what they're putting out, what they're talking about. A lot of times there's alumni groups out there also that will give you the skinny in terms of good and bad things about one of your competitors so that you can adjust. So it's a great research tool. And a lot of times they offer different services as well that will allow you to kind of get a competitive advantage in terms of contacting folks as well. So you'll have to look into that. But again, this is just one of the top reasons that, again, I'm a big fan of using LinkedIn for either small business or job searching. Number 9, recruiters use it as a primary hiring tool. I think I mentioned in the beginning here that I got my current position because of LinkedIn and because I'm a high class, right? So I have in the upper left-hand corner of your LinkedIn profile, it shows you how many people search your profile. Now, if you don't have the advanced, fee-based version of LinkedIn, you can't see everybody that's, search your profile. But I'm typically in between 100 and 200 searches just because of the number of people that I'm connected with a week. And that's a good thing. But it's up to you, right, to make sure that you have your keywords, your profiles, up to date and descriptive enough so that as recruiters are looking for positions they need to hire, that your name has a better chance of being found. And what happens is that even if you're not the primary, connection with that recruiter, if you're only 1 or 2 degrees away from that recruiter, the more chances that you have of getting searched based on the number of common profiles that you have in common increases your chances here. So otherwise you'll be further down in the search returns for those recruiters. So I get job offers for things that I'm not even qualified for, that I'm really not even interested in. That's a good problem to have. So again, you have to make sure that you have your connections to the level that you feel comfortable with, number one. Number two, that you have enough descriptors in there for you to be found by those folks. And again, that's why I have the classification that I have. So we're going to stop here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and then we're going to catch you up on the next video, which will cover number 8 and number 7. If you haven't already done so, click subscribe, hit the thumbs up button for me, give me a like, and then click the alert button. And feel free to share these series and the prior series with people that may benefit from that.